What up, everyone? Maze here, and you are looking at the homepage, I guess you could call it, of my StarCraft 2 account. The game is up and running, and it was actually a pretty smooth launch. I only disconnected twice from the server, but the match doesn't even count for a loss or anything, so not bad. I got to play a bunch of team games last night. Some of my friends had lots of fun with that. And so yeah, I've been playing some 1v1s right now. If you win 5 in a row, I'm pretty sure you usually get placed in the Platinum League. So I've been playing a couple games trying to get placed into Diamond as soon as possible, but that just hasn't happened yet. But I did play a game that I wanted to show you guys because I feel like it's a pretty good representation. Oh, there we go. Yes, finally. I've been trying to get that like all day. All right, so it's going to be a PvP, and this is a good map to, or a good game to watch because it's very based around. Hey, sorry guys, I realized that it's probably pretty loud because I didn't turn the sound volume off. Since all this settings reset the default because I just installed the game. All right, so yeah, as I was saying, I feel like this is a good map to kind of show you guys the psychological part of StarCraft 2, in the sense that in high-level play people, I guess higher-level play, I don't want to like brag or anything, but yeah, in higher-level play, what people do is they build their strategies around what the other person is going, so it's a lot about countering. And in a map like this, it's that's definitely accentuated because it's so small and you're able to scout really easily. So basically what I try to do is I try to scout what my opponent is going, and they'll do pretty much the same thing. So you see right now we're both pretty equal in what we're doing. We're kind of mirroring each other. I am I sent up my probe at 10, which is usually what I like to do in a map like this. And it's a PvP matchup, so pretty much in a PvP map, it is between who decides to get Stalkers or Zealots first. And so I see right now that this guy doesn't have any kind of committed build. He's kind of waiting for me to decide what to do first. Since I realized that, I decided to go Gateway and try to stay ahead of him a little bit and just kind of see what he's going as well. So I realized that right now this guy is in the mindset of he's trying to counter what I'm doing, or at least match up what I'm doing. So that's what he did right now. He waited until he saw my second gateway, and then he started building his own second gateway. So that's pretty much what it is. Because if I went if I went 2 gateway and he went first cybernetics core, then he would be in a difficult position because I'd probably be able to outmass him. Since Steps of War is such a small map, and I could just rush across the map with some zealots, I would probably be able to beat him, even if he was able to get a stalker out in time. So that's pretty much where this is going right now, and I'm keeping my probe on my base. I'm like, there's really no point for me to keep him out because zealots can't really chase down probe, so I can pretty much keep this guy in here for a long time. And he realizes the same thing. He's not leaving his probe out. We're both body blocking with 1 zealot, so it's a pretty even fight right now. And I realize that he hasn't committed himself to any gas build, so he's still going for this double gate. So I'm like, well, I'm going to try to one-up him again, and I'm going to go double assimilator to try to either confuse him. Maybe he thinks I'm going to go for some hard tech. But really, at this point, I think what I decided to do is just to go stalkers. So I got my cybernetics core, I got my double assimilators up. I'm going to start saturating those when I can, and he only has 1 assimilator right now, so I'm definitely going to be able to get those stalkers in mass probably a little bit faster than he is. And now one thing I wanted to kind of mention to you guys is that looking at this guy's base build right now, he only has a single pylon powering both of his gateways, and what's not good about this is, first of all, the pylon is in front of both of his gateways, so it's so vulnerable to any kind of attack. And second of all, if I'm able to snipe this pylon down, then he is not going to be able to produce anything. He needs to have at least 2 pylons here. In my base, this is what I do see. I have 2 pylons because when I was still learning builds and stuff, it'd be really annoying when players would just snipe down 1 pylon, and I'd be like, oh crap, I gotta spend like 300 minerals right now to keep rebuilding pylons and it just becomes really annoying. So always have a couple pylons powering your production. And yeah, so I'm still running around here trying to see what people are doing, and he is going to he's going at 4 gates, so he's going to get that a little bit faster than me. But I do have my stalkers coming out a little bit faster than him, and my warp gate coming out. Actually, his stalkers are coming out faster. My mistake. But I realized I see this weakness in his base setup, so I decided to go right for the pylon. And I'm like, I know if I can get this down, then eventually I'll be able to outproduce him, because he has 2 gateways right now unpowered, and I have 4 coming along the way. So right now we are pretty much equal in army composition. It took a little bit more hits than he did because I was killing his pylon, so I decided to back off a little bit. Now I have these 2 stalkers here, and I have a pylon as well. So right now this guy is supply capped, and I'm gonna try to move in and try to harass a little bit. Yeah, for Protoss players, definitely always try to move in a pylon whenever you're attacking, because what that does is you can kind of think of it like this: when you're attacking someone, the advantage that they have is that the production facilities are in their home base. And as Protoss, you can kind of negate that by building a pylon, because you have warping technology, so you can build in a pylon, so it's pretty much like your production is right next to their base. So you kind of go toe for toe in terms of home base advantage, so you can kind of negate that and put more pressure on them than any other race can do. Zerg and Mass Terran have very strong points of attack, meaning that siege tanks and bunkers are hard I don't know how to say this, hard positions to attack. So I'm still negating these pylons. I realize if I can still stay up 2 production facilities than he does. He's not using his warping technology right now. I'm not sure why. But yeah, so I'm still warping in stalkers, so this guy's in a tough position right now, and it's pretty much because I was able to snipe out that pylon, and he was able, yeah, so that's pretty much the game right there. So I guess what I wanted to show you guys here is that it's really important to kind of look at what your opponent is going, even if they are you know, a pretty good player at your skill level and are doing kind of the same thing as you. As we saw here, we were both kind of looking and seeing what we were both doing. Try to find some kind of hook to be 1 step ahead of your opponent, and also look for some kind of weakness in their base setup when you're trying to attack, because that's going to help you a lot. You might think that it's just like who has the bigger army is going to win, but really positioning and base setup and kind of tactical army maneuvers you want to kind of think about too when you're playing StarCraft 2. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully that helped you. I'm definitely going to be throwing out more games like this. If I think there's something that is helpful for people to watch, just kind of short, sweet games like this, or maybe some long, epic battles. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode of Maze Esports.